なきゃ。 he's going to do it, I guess. The times are going to be really important in these.
Okay.
All right, it is the World Vale Tudo Championship, and our first fighter into the ring tonight is a man who is massive in size, 6'4", 340 pounds, out of California, USA. It is Fred the Mangler Floyd. He is the World Combat Champion, a red belt in grappling. This man loves to be inside the ring in these anything-goes fighting. Of course, his regular job is that of a actor. In fact, he is working currently on the new Batman movie to be released sometime next year. He got into fighting, by the way, when he was a much smaller man. As a youth, he was picked on by other kids, decided to pick up some martial arts that would help him along, and he's going to need every bit of experience that he has in this tournament tonight, the World Vale Tudo Championship, which means in Portuguese, anything goes. His opponent hails from Holland. He is 24 years old, Dennis the Menace Pauweel. This guy is 6'2", 220 pounds. The Deutsch Muay Thai champion in 1996, but this is his first anything goes fight. And believe me, there will be a lot of action as we get the World Vale Tudo Championship underway tonight. And before we do that, John, why don't you give me quickly the limited rules that there are in this competition?
Well, there aren't many rules in this fight. The only thing that you can't do is pretty much bite and eye gouge and fish hooking, which is putting your fingers inside the other guy's mouth and trying to stretch it open.
Of course, there are other rules that you can only hang onto the rope for a limit of 10 seconds. The first time you're told to let go, the second time a warning, the third time a disqualification. The bouts can only end on a knockout or by submission, or in place the ring throws in the white towel. Let's go now to the ring announcer to get this World Vale Tudo Championship underway. Here's Charlie Anzalone.
Konnichiwa, Tokyo, and fight fans around the world. We are live at the Bay NK Hall in Tokyo, Japan, as Rio Sports Corporation and Kaisei Japan Incorporated proudly present the Universal Vale Tudo Fighting Championships. Tonight's event is being sponsored by Ultimate Nutrition. When the action starts in the center of the ring, the referee in charge, he is the current FFKA Super Heavyweight Kickboxing Champion, a member of the World Boxing Association and the World Boxing Council, from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Sergio Bertinelli. And let me introduce the two fighters for our first quarterfinal bout of tonight's Vale Tudo World Championships. He is a veteran of the International Fighting Championship, a veteran of the World Combat Championship. He represents Budokan Kung Fu in California, weighing in tonight at 340 pounds, Fred the Mangler Floyd. And his opponent fighting to my left out of the blue corner. He is a 1996 Dutch Muay Thai champion, weighing in tonight at 100 kilos with a record of 26 wins, 6 defeats, from Amsterdam, Holland. Welcome, Dennis the Menace Pauweel.
All right, this ought to be a great fight. Both of these gentlemen are big in size. They'd like to get this fight over with because certainly the longer that the fight goes on, then there is a 30-minute time limit. The advantage goes to the other guy because conditioning will play a part. But you keep in mind, Fred Floyd, who weighs in at 340 pounds, he's 6'4". Dennis Quawil, 220 pounds, 6'2". He gives up 2 inches. And Fred already puts him outside the mat. From the very start of the bell, as this match is underway, the referee trying to get Dennis back into the ring and get this fight continue. Fred goes right away, looking for the knockout as they're over against the ring. Fred looking to try to end this fight quickly, Joe.
I think what Fred's going to do is try to get Dennis on the ground. Dennis is a Muay Thai fighter. He's very tough on his feet with his elbows and his knees. I think Fred's going to throw him down and try to take it to him on the ground.
Of course, Dennis will try to hold on the rope, try to get an advantage without the referee seeing it as often as he can.
That's right. And as they are both strikers, I think they're going to take the time and really do some damage before going down.
As Joe said, the fact that Dennis Quawil will try to do his fighting standing up. He wants to strike blows to the face, to the body, to the legs, as he does with his knee to Fred Floyd. He's given up 2 inches and 120 pounds. Fred takes him to the mat. Fred mounts him, and you keep in mind, he is 340 pounds of weight on the stomach, the chest, the body of Dennis Quawil out of Holland.
Okay, right now, Ned, he doesn't quite have him in the mount. He's in the half mount. He's going to work for it, but Dennis is going to hold on tight. He knows that position. When he gets under the mount, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Fred's 450 pounds. He's a big boy.
Fred Floyd at this point has Dennis Quawil on his back, trying to get some kind of position. Fred is.
Ned, Fred just mounted on top of Dennis. It's going to be a long night at this point. He's going to have to keep his hooks in. Don't let Dennis get out. That's it.
He's already tapped out. This a very quick match here in the World Vale Tudo Championship. 1 minute, 41 seconds. The winner, Fred Floyd out of California, 32 years old, and he wins over Dennis the Menace Quawil, who gave up, as I said, 120 pounds and 2 inches in height. And we'll try to get a word here with the first winner of the fight, as Fred Floyd very excited that he got this first fight of this tournament over very quickly in less than 2 minutes. Let's go to ring announcer Charlie Anzalone for the official word.
The time of the round was 1 minute 41 seconds. The winner who advances to the semifinals is Fred the Mangler Floyd. And let's give a big hand for Dennis Quawil from Holland.
And as we go to Howard Petzler, will be our man on the scene to give us the post-fight interviews as he tries to round up Fred the Mangler Floyd. Let's take one more look at exactly how this fight ended. Fred Floyd, the Budokan Kung Fu, the U.S. heavyweight kickboxing champion. He's been fighting for 12 years, and he gets the first win here tonight in the World Vale Tudo Championship. And again, he'll be fighting a little bit later on, as he is now side by side with Howard Petzler. Final match, if he wins that, to the finals and try to take home the belt for the World Vale Tudo Championship. So nice outing for Fred Floyd. Again, 120-pound advantage, 2 inches in height over his opponent, and he certainly came out one man who seemed focused on getting the job done quickly. Our next match tonight ought to be a good one as well. Two guys that I think you're going to see a lot of fighting from. In fact, one of these was Jean's favorite to take this World Vale Tudo Championship. This ought to be a great fight as well. I mean, when you look at the anything goes style and you look at the different styles that these guys all have, black belts and some kind of martial arts, and then some grappling techniques as well, as our next opponent comes into the ring. And this is Michael the Assassin Pachorik. He is from New York, 5'11", 220 pounds, He is 29 years old. He is a two-time All-American Wrestling champion. Wrestled in college, by the way. He is 6-0 in these type of fights. And believe me, John is a guy that likes this guy and his style of fighting.
Yes, I think this guy is going to charge at his adversary and not give him a chance to retaliate.
Also, our only Brazilian fighter in the tournament. However, as I said earlier, in the super fight, there will be perhaps the most famous of Brazilian fighters, and that being Marco Ruiz, who makes his return in the super fight. But then this is Denellison. Don't know much about him. He's a very quiet guy. In our interviews that we had with the fighters, we do know he is 6'1", 210 pounds. He is 33 years old, so he is 4 years older than his opponent, Michael Pachorik. He owns his own business, which is in computers in Rio de Janeiro. He has only one fight in this style of anything goes. A fight, by the way, he lost. Michael Pachorik will try to make him 0-2 in his professional career in this anything goes style as Denellison enters the ring to face Michael Pachorik in the World Vale Tudo Championship. Let's get round number 2 underway with our ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone.
This will be bout number 2 of the quarterfinals of the World Vale Tudo Championships. First I have, fighting to my left, he's a practitioner of the art of pit fighting. He is the two-time All-American Wrestling Champion. He hails from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 220 pounds. Welcome, Michael the Assassin Pachorik. And his opponent fighting to my right in the red corner, he is a master of the Brazilian art of luta libre. He hails from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, weighing in tonight at 95 kilos. Welcome, Denellison Maia.
Quickly, Joe, the difference in the styles, the luta libre versus the pit fighting.
Well, the luta libre, as you see, it has been going on many years in Brazil. The pit fighter, Mike, has done a lot of college wrestling. He's got some good experience, and he's just an overall tough guy.
He will certainly take it to Denellison very quickly, and I think that that's why you liked him so much in our opening remarks. This is the guy you picked to take this tournament.
That's right, because I feel that any martial artist who doesn't get the time to make anything can't win.
As already Michael Pachorik has him in some kind of hold, and both fighters trying to look for the advantage. Denellison trying to get his opponent to the mat. He takes him to the ring ropes, continuing to try to find some kind of hold, some kind of advantage to where he can put him to the mat to where he can work his luta libre, which works better, I think, Joe, you'd have to agree, while he's on the mat, not standing up.
That's right. The luta libre will start off, and they'll do some striking to soften up their opponent. And at that point, when they weaken, he's going to try to take him down. Michael's holding on very tight right here, but he just caught a light knee from his opponent.
Denellison, 6'1", 210 pounds. He's 33 years old, from Rio de Janeiro. Michael Pachorik from New York. He's 29, 5'11", 220 pounds, and I think right now both fighters continue to try to find some advantage, try to size the other guy up. And what do you see happening right now, Jim?
What I see is that they're staying close together. That way you can feel the body of the other one moving, so they have information of what's happening.
Denellison continues to put Michael against the turnbuckle there at one side and continue to find some kind of advantage to whether it be with the knee kicks to soften his opponent up or whatever. However, I think Michael's just trying to find that right edge, trying to find that right moment to sink some kind of hold and take his opponent to the mat, because quite frankly, he's given up about 3 inches in height right now.
That's right. And right now they're just doing a stalemate. Like John said earlier, they're just feeling each other out, one trying to make the wrong move. But like I said before here, these guys are here to fight, so they can't be playing on the ropes too long.
Michael Pachorik, a man who knows quite a bit about these anything goes fighting. He's 6-0 and just likes to punch. He said he's not in it for the money. He says he's here because of the violence. And that's the kind of thing that Jean liked in our pre-fight interviews. He liked to hear Michael talk about the violence of this sport.
That's right. He really likes to going at it.
now a little slugfest as both fighters, Denelson, Michael, both with some fists to the body, to the head. Again, Denelson trying to get for the leg, but Mike's not going to let him have it as he goes up against the ring ropes. Again, if you hold on to it for more than 10 seconds, that is an advantage, and the referee will, the first time, say you must let go. The second time, it will be a warning. The third time, it will be a disqualification, and that's one thing that you don't want in this kind of fighting, as Denelson now has him in some kind of ride, and Michael trying to find some way to get away from the hold that Denelson has him in right now.
Well, right now, Michael gave him the back. That's like the number one mistake to fight any Brazilian. You can't give him your back, and that's what he gave him right now. He's got to get out of there if he wants to survive this match.
Denelson with the elbows to the back of Michael's head, also with some fists to the face from underneath the arm. And right now, how do you see the fact that right now he could use the, without the referee making any kind of move right now, Denelson trying to go for some kind of move right now.
That's right. It's pretty hard for a referee to see everything since this is a ring.
Denelson continues to wail away as the fighters now go outside the ring. They're on the apron of this mat. The referee talking to both fighters at this point, and he's going to bring them back into the ring. And I think that's an advantage for Michael Petrovic, because at that point, the way that Denelson was riding him, he was not in a favorable position.
Well, Ned, he used up his first liability. He escaped. He got out of there. He's only got 2 more left. He does that again, he's going to be disqualified. So he has to watch out. I think he's a little worried about the Brazilian here.
Now Michael doing some action with the fist as he throws Denelson to the mat. He is struck with some fist to the face. Now Michael continues to wail away with the fist to the face of Denelson, now looking to have the advantage, whereas before he was at the disadvantage.
Exactly. And one thing that the fighters really have to take care of is their bodies, because they have many fights to do tonight. So they can, by hitting, they can damage themselves. So they have to be careful with that.
Already this match has gone into 4 minutes and a half. And as you said, the winner of this fight must fight later on in this night. So he wants to conserve as much energy as possible. However, the way that this match has started out, as Michael continues to wail at the fist, and that has stopped it. Michael Petrovic is gone, and the match is stopped. Denelson out of Rio de Janeiro has tapped out. He had had enough. 4 minutes, 45 seconds was the length of this match. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, and Denelson had said, that's enough punishment for me. But a great move from the fact that when the fighters went outside the ring, when they went outside, Michael was underneath at a disadvantage. He comes out standing up, finds the advantage in his second attempt.
That's right, Ned. He used up his liability, and it worked for him. He got back outside. He gave Denelson one good shot. He climbed up top and started pounding away, and that's what he said he was going to do in his interview with me earlier.
Michael the Assassin Petrovic wins this fight, but for the official word, let's go to ring announcer Charlie Anzalone.
The time of the bout was 4 minutes and 45 seconds. The corner throws in the towel, and the winner advancing to the semifinals in the first bracket of the World Vale Tudo Championships from Huntington Beach, California, Michael the Assassin Petrovic.
All right, let's take one more look at the punishment that Michael Petrovic started dishing out to Denelson right before he taps out and said, I had had enough. All right, Howard Petzler is alongside to grab Michael and get his comments about this match that went 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Howard?
Big boost that he took the Brazilian out in this round. I think he was really worried about the guys where they have a lot of experience. I think that's going to be an advantage for him myself.
John, you had to like the way that once he was at the disadvantage, the fighters go outside the ring, the referee decides to put him back, standing up inside the ring, and then right away Michael Petrovic says, hey, I got new life, I got to do something about it.
That's right, that's very good. And I'm very impressed with Michael, because from what I've seen from the interviews, I thought that he would go right in with his head down, but no, he took the time to see the openings before going in.
All right, the World Vale Tudo Championship continues. Already we have 2 fights in the books. The winners of those will fight later on, but we have 2 more to go in this first round of the World Vale Tudo Championship, and the fighters continue to come out, show exactly their different style. And right now, our next fighter is David Hood. He is from Lowell, Massachusetts. He is 25 years old, 5'11", 200 pounds. He is of the camp of Jeet Kune Do, a man that certainly wants to find out exactly what he has to show here in this World Vale Tudo Championship. He was Joe's pick at the beginning of tonight to take the entire tournament. He has 73 no-holds fights. He's 72-1. Most of those fights, by the way, came by knockout. So David Hood is a man that knows a lot about this type of style of fighting. His opponent is from Pennsylvania and is a 5th grade school teacher. In fact, many of his students do not even know he's here in Tokyo, Japan, fighting in the World Vale Tudo Championship. He is 6-0 as a kickboxer, but this his first anything goes fight. He is Todd Butler. An Okinawan karate is his style of fighting. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, so the only advantage that any of these fighters have is the fact that Todd Butler stands about 2 inches taller than David Hood. And Joe, right away, you liked Hood coming into this tournament.
Well, I like David a lot because he has a lot of ground experience. Todd's pretty good on his feet. He's a very good kickboxer. But as you see, you have to be a little bit more rounded than just kickbox for these matches.
All right, to introduce the fighters officially, let's go to our ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone.
It's time now to continue the quarterfinals of the World Vale Tudo Championships. One of these young men will advance to the semifinals of tonight's championship fighting, and there's going to be a lot more good fights to come. And right now, fighting out of the blue corner, he's a practitioner of the art of Jeet Kune Do. He is 25 years old. He is a freestyle fighter with a freestyle fighting record of 72 wins, 1 defeat. He weighed tonight at 200 pounds from Boston, Massachusetts, David, the Boston Strangler Hood. And his opponent, fighting to my right out of the blue corner, he is a black belt in Okinawan Karate. He is 31 years old. He is 3-0 in kickboxing, 3-0 in Muay Thai. Weighing in tonight, also at 200 pounds from Kerrville, Pennsylvania, welcome Todd Butler.
Again, 2 guys that will go right to the action right away. John, how do you see this match starting out?
Well, now that I know that David Hood is a well-rounded fighter, I'll have to go for him.
All right, David Hood against Todd Butler. Again, keep in mind that David Hood was one of the selections for the one that Joe thought would take this tournament as the fight is underway. The kickboxer, Todd Butler, looking to get this started, trying to size up his opponent. David Hood comes up almost straight up and down. The advantage right now as they try to size each other up, Joe.
They're just feeling each other out. Basic, typical round that kickboxers like to do. David just sort of feeling them out. Todd's feeling each other out. We'll see what happens.
Todd, the aggressor right now, as he goes with some strikes to the leg. Now he has David trying to look for a hold. And David counters with a knee to the gut, trying to find some kind of striking distance. But now Todd has him up against the ring ropes. Again, trying to find some kind of advantage. Both fighters going at it in similar styles. I'm surprised, Jean.
Exactly. They seem like 2 strikers trying to, get in some shots, but at the same time holding the other guy. So it's offense-defense mode.
Todd has David a little bit off balance in that he has him up on just 1 foot, but David looking like he's just trying to find the right move to sink on his opponent.
Yeah, right now David's just taking it very calm. He's just letting Todd do his thing. He looks like he's trying to get him in the guillotine. We'll see if he can get him with the guillotine.
All right, so right now it is, keep in mind, David Hood up against the ropes. Todd Butler with his head into the arm of David Hood. They're trying to make the sweep of the leg, trying to get him off balance, trying to bring him to the mat. His Hood tries to go with the back of the elbow to the back of the head of his opponent, Todd Butler. Butler continues to have him up against the turnbuckle, trying to find some way to get some advantage going in this fight. And now David Hood starts to wail away with the fist to the back of Todd Butler's head, Joe.
That's right. Todd is, by staying a little low, he's not seeing much, so he can't really work some good shots.
Some great action already in this fight. However, it is all seemingly in one area as Todd Butler has David Hood up against the turnbuckles, trying to now throw him to the mat, trying to get him off balance. I think Todd would like to see a little bit more of his grappling style against David Hood. There, he takes him to the mat. Now he has him on his back, and now Todd Butler is the man that has David Hood on his back. Sure.
Yeah, right now David has got Todd in the guard. We'll now see the experience that Todd has. If he can pass his guard, he might have a chance. But right now, David's in a very good position.
It is Todd Butler seemingly in control of this bout right now as he has David Hood on his back right now. John trying to find some kind of advantage where he can start striking and start softening up his opponent.
That's right, and since Butler is a striker, he would really like to have his arms free so he can hit him. But Todd Butler's actually, David Hood is holding on, so Todd's not hitting.
Todd Butler again is the man on top, but David Hood on the bottom, trying to find some kind of advantage and trying to get, as you see, there's some heels to the back of Todd Butler's back. I just think some headbutts, some striking going on, but both fighters still trying to find some kind of advantage and trying to find some way to get this fight over with, because keep in mind they have to fight later. Already we're into 3.5 minutes into the match.
Yeah, right now David has to do some moving here. He doesn't want to waste too much time, and Todd himself, he doesn't want to stay there. They got a long night ahead of them. They have to end this match. They don't want to spend too much time on the canvas.
So again, there is a 30-minute time limit, but these fighters don't want to go that long, because keep in mind, if they win, they have another match to go, and then if they win that, one other one to go for the championship. So these are guys that want to get this early match over quickly. As David Hood continues to be on his back on the mat, a headbutt by Todd Butler as this entire Tokyo Bay HK Hall has gone quiet as they watch both these fighters try to work their style and try to find an advantage to end this bout.
And the fighters really have to be careful with those overhead punches to the top of the skull, because that'll damage your hand. So they really have to think, they have some other fights coming.
Todd Butler right now with the advantage. David Hood trying to get out from underneath the hold that Todd Butler has him in. Both fighters doing some work on the other ones. I see David Hood trying to get his fist to the neck. Does that do much damage?
At this point, he's not doing any damage at all here. He's got to either reverse him and mount or keep pounding on his back with those heels.
There, a little freedom as some striking goes on between both fighters. But again, this match continues to draw on. Keep in mind, the winner of this bout must fight later on. So the longer this bout goes, the more tired, the less energy he'll have for the next one, as we are entering the 5-minute mark of this match.
This could be a problem for Todd. Dave's putting him in an armbar. This could be it.
He got out, now he starts to strike.
Shots.
Some striking going on as David Hood from underneath lands some blows to the head of Todd Butler as they continue to find some kind of advantage. Some heel strikes to the back by Hood on Butler. Butler continues to have him tied up, though, to where those strikes do not come from very far and thus do not have much force behind them. Oh, that was a good shot, though, to the cheek of Todd Butler by David Hood.
Those strikes that David's given him in the back are right on the kidneys. And even though they don't seem too much, if you do 10, 15, 20 of those, they're going to cause some damage in a while here.
Again, David Hood trying to find some kind of advantage. Both fighters now wailing away at each other's face, trying to wear the other one out. And this is one match that I know both of these guys want to get over quickly. And this silence here in the Tokyo Bay HK Hall is incredible, as all these people around here are so in tune to the skill level of these fighters and what they're trying to do.
That's right. The Japanese audience is very respectful of the fighters, and will not react thinking that they might deconcentrate the fighters.
Oh, a headbutt by Todd Butler as he gets some kind of force as David Hood continues to wail away. Whenever he gets a free hand to the side, the back, whatever he can do with his fist. And although it doesn't look like right now he has much force behind those blows, Joe.
That's right. He has to get a little bit more leverage. At this point, the strikes don't really do too much at this point. He has to, this is where you do a lot of submission. You can do a lot of sweeps. And there's a good chance he could mount. He gave him a good couple of shots right there, but those didn't really hurt too much.
John, you're looking at these two guys. At what point do you try to make some kind of look for a submission hold instead of trying to win with a knockout?
Well, being a striker myself, I definitely try to go for a knockout. But in this position, it's really hard to get a good strike in. And definitely, I think that the choke.
Todd Butler has David Hood looking in a very serious position as he has one arm around the neck, but has yet to be able to put that chokehold on him, Joe.
Right, at this point, Todd doesn't have anything. He's got to, he has to get out of that guard. The guard's the best possibility for David right now, and he's controlling a match from here on.
Keep in mind, Todd Butler is a 5th grade teacher from Pennsylvania. He's here doing his best in Okinawan karate. He is 6-0 as a kickboxer, but this is his first anything-goes fight. He's going up against David Hood from Lowell, Massachusetts, the Boston area. And David stands in at 5'11", 200 pounds. Todd Butler, 6'1", 200 pounds, so very similar in size. Both fighters use their entire body, their entire repertoire, whether it be striking or grappling, once looking for some kind of advantage to end this fight. A fight that, by the way, has gone over the 8-minute mark at this point.
David Hood's doing exactly what he has to do. He just keeps pounding the back. That's what he has to continuously do, just keep pounding his kidneys over and over.
But how much now energy is being expended to where now later on in this tournament, regardless of who wins, is going to be more tired than some of these other fighters. In fact, they're trying to end their fights much quicker than this one is.
Yeah, for sure. I think that they should, conserve their energy for later fights and not give as many blows as they're doing now.
Both fighters, again, is a rearranging of position going on. Todd Butler continues to have David Hood down on the mat. Looks like David Hood has gone for some kind of arm bar.
Going for the arm bar again, Ned. See if Todd can escape that.
Todd does, yep. So as he does, he offers a little blow to remind him that he is the guy on top. Todd Butler continues to have some kind of advantage over David Hood, who's on the bottom. Hood, though, continues to throw strikes with his fist, with his heels to Butler's back, and just trying to find some way. There's an elbow to the back of the head, and at this point, keep in mind, this match is now over 9 minutes long. Joe?
Yeah, well, it's a long night here for these guys. It's pretty warm in here. Todd's trying to respond, but David gave him a few good shots, and these guys have to end this. They have a long night ahead of them.
Keep in mind, it looks like somebody is tapped out. David Hood has come from underneath as Todd Butler had enough. He taps out. David Hood, who looked like he was not in a favorable position, comes out the winner, but in a very long match. A match that lasted 9 minutes and 34 seconds, and that is not something you want to have on your record once you know that you have to fight later on tonight in the World Vale Tudo Championship, because keep in mind, as you win, you advance, and the more you win, the more you fight. And so you want to conserve your energy, but a nice technical type fight between Todd Butler and David Hood as we continue to take one more look at how this fight ended. So Todd Butler taps out. He had enough submission for him. David Hood is our winner, but for the official announcement, Charlie Anzalone.
Time of the bout, 9 minutes and 24 seconds. The winner advancing on to the semifinals of the World Vale Tudo Championships from Boston, Massachusetts, David Hood. And let's give a hand to his opponent, Todd Butler of Kerrville, Pennsylvania.
So David Hood is the winner of our third match here in the World Vale Tudo Championship, and Howard Petzler has him along ringside now for a post-fight interview. Howard?
When you're in the guard, your physics are properly aligned so the man on top actually wears himself out. He just hung in there, put some punishment on it, and Todd just couldn't hang with him.
All right, that sets up our fourth, and final bout of the World Vale Tudo Championships in the quarterfinals. It'll be what I think, a great match, although I'll be surprised if this one lasts much past 2.5 minutes, because both of these guys like to work fast and like to work hard. They will be throwing their body all over that ring in Tokyo, Japan, inside the Tokyo Bay HK Hall. As the World Vale Tudo Championship continues, of course, coming up a little bit later on, that super fight between the Brazilian champion Marco Ruiz, who is returning to the ring after a 7-month absence. He'll be fighting American Steve Ginham. But right now, it's Scott Groff, 6'2", 220 pounds. He's 28 years old. A married man who lives in the Bahamas. He is 18-0 in no-holds fighting, and he has 17 by submission, so he knows a lot about grappling, and certainly will like to go to the mat very quickly against his opponent tonight in the World Vale Tudo Championships as we go into the final match of the quarterfinals of this tournament. His opponent, a man who, this guy, to me, defines street fighter. When you talk about Richard Red Herd, you're talking about a man that knows that it goes without saying, anything goes, and he's going to use anything and everything it takes to win a fight. He's 6'3", 230 pounds, from the Los Angeles, Oakland area in California. He's married and says that, surprisingly, one day wants to be a stand-up comedian. But believe me, there's nothing funny about the way that Red Herd fights in these anything goes tournaments. Now let's go to our ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone, to introduce our fighters.
This will be the quarterfinal bout in the World Vale Tudo Championships. Our first fighter out of the blue corner. He is a submission fighter. He is undefeated and weighing tonight at 220 pounds, all the way from Nassau, Bahamas. Welcome, Scott Groff. And his opponent fighting to my to my right in the red corner, wearing black trunks. He's a Greco-Roman wrestler. He is a freestyle ground fighter. He is undefeated, weighing tonight at 230 pounds. He is 29 years old. Representing the state of California, Richard Red Herd.
Gentlemen, I saw Red Herd in Kiev, in Ukraine, in a fight very similar to this. It took 1 minute and 4 seconds. He put his opponent in the guillotine. In fact, his opponent tapped out once. The referee didn't see it, held the guillotine, and got another tap. So he got a submission in 1 minute and 4 seconds. So, again, I don't think this is a match that will take very long. Both of these fighters will go all out, as you can tell. Right now, Scott Groff had him in a headlock. He gets Red, he escapes. Now he has Groff on the ground, looking for some kind of submission advantage, trying to find some kind of way to end this fight right away. Try to get it over quickly. Scott Groff on his back. Richard Herd has him mounted from the side. And John, what do you see going on right now?
Well, I see that I have two heavy fighters that they move pretty fast. So, now we have the mount or the guard? Joe?
Right now we have the mounted position by Red. This is a bad position for Scott. Red's a pretty big guy. He's starting to do some damage, but Scott's doing the right thing. He's staying nice and tight. These punches aren't doing anything.
Red going with the fist to the back of the neck, the elbows to the back of Scott Groff, who again hails from the Bahamas. Richard Red Herd from the Oakland, California area in the United States. And right now he has him mounted, going to start wailing away at Scott Groff, and Scott Groff is tapped out. This match is over. Richard Herd has this match ended. The time will be, again, 1 minute, 4 seconds. I said before the fight ended, this fight in Kiev lasted 1 minute and 4 seconds. He's lasted 1 minute and 4 seconds, just like he did in the Ukraine against the Russian fighter over there in an anything goes fight. So again, let's go and look at how this fight ended and how Red Herd got the win. Now for the official results of this fight, let's go to our ring announcer, Charlie Anzon.
The time of the bout, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Advancing to the semifinals of the World Vale Tudo Championships from California, Big Richard Red Kerr. And let's hear it for his opponent, Scott Groff, all the way from Nassau, Bahamas tonight.
So our semifinals is now set. It will be Richard Hurd against David Hood and Michael Pachoric against Fred Floyd. Howard Petzler alongside Richard Hurd right now.
ブレッド・ザ・マンクラー・フロイド選手対マイケル・パチョリック選手。第2試合はデイビッド・フット選手対リチャード・レッドハート選手となりました。
Witness the challenge of a lifetime where the sole requirement is the will to survive. Vale Tudo Competition. Welcome to Brazil, where Christ the Redeemer himself peers over Rio de Janeiro, guarding its passionate people with his wide embrace. Brazil's splendor is marveled at by all who visit it. This enchanted land of constant summertime, drenched in sultry and sensual sweat, consists of 160 million people from different races, including Portuguese, Italian, Indian, and African. Considered one of the premier spots on the globe for sun lovers, Rio de Janeiro's miles of sandy beaches are legendary for their beauty. The beaches remain open nearly year-round. The blood of its people runs hot, and the heart of the nation's obsessions are bound in the flesh and its many hedonistic pleasures. Brazil's most loved and popular sport is soccer, and the country owns the largest stadium in the world, the Maracanã. The nation's prime source of entertainment, soccer draws the largest crowds. Brazil has created the world's best players in the history of the sport. Carnival, the largest party in the world, makes the country's streets an endless celebration of life, color, and music for 4 solid days in the month of February. The lethal fighting system of capoeira was created by African slaves and disguised as a dance to avoid discovery. Martial arts has once more captured the international spotlight and aimed it at this thriving nation. Vale Tudo Competition.
Welcome, fight fans from around the world, to the Battle of Styles from Sporthal Zuid in Amsterdam, Holland.
Witness the challenge of a lifetime where the sole requirement is the will to survive. Vale Tudo competition.
Well, there's Michael right there. All right, it's semifinal action. Fred Floyd coming into the arena here in Tokyo, Japan, as he already has the victory under his belt in 1 minute 41 seconds. Fred Floyd, who beat his Holland opponent, Dennis Quawell, in very nice order. So it'll be Fred Floyd already entering the ring, getting ready for his semifinal match against Michael Pachorik, who apparently does have some problems with his hand. Is a broken hand, so Fred automatically advances. There will not be this match. Fred Floyd, without having to throw one blow or make one move in the match, automatically advances to our finals here in the World Vale Tudo Championship. Let's go to ring announcer, though, for their official announcement.
Due to a hand injury from pit fighter Michael Pachorik, and the inability for his opponent to continue in this event, advancing to the finals of the World Vale Tudo Championships, the Mangler, Fred Floyd.
Boy, that's great news for Fred Floyd. What a night he's having. 1 minute 41 seconds in his first fight. In the second fight, his opponent doesn't show up. An automatic... All right, our next fight ought to be a good one as well, as, again, you have a guy in David Hood who went 9 minutes 34 seconds in his quarterfinal match, and won with a tap out after a submission hold. He will go up against Richard Red Hurd, who took the shortest time of any of these matches in the quarterfinals. In 1 minute 4, he wins in a submission. So this ought to be a great match as we get our... only semifinal match that will take place tonight in Tokyo, Japan, as the fighters get ready to now end the Tokyo Bay. As the fighters get ready to end the Tokyo Bay HK Hall here, where it is completely sold out with people, Japanese people, wanting to see this Anything Goes tournament. And the first guy to come into the arena tonight will be Richard Hurd. Again, he's 6'3", 230 pounds. He lasted 1 minute 4 seconds. He got the win by submission over his quarterfinal opponent, and that was Scott Groff, who was from Bahamas. So Richard Hurd certainly has his eyes on himself taking home the belt here from Tokyo, Japan, in the World Vale Tudo Championship. And this is a guy that I think is going to take it right away to David Hood.
We'll have to see here. You know, Red looks pretty confident right now, and could work for him, could work against him. I don't like to underestimate anybody. It's a crazy business, this no-hold-bars fights, and anything could happen. So we'll have to see here, Ned.
Next to enter the ring will be David Hood. He is from the Boston, Massachusetts area, Lowell to be exact. 25 years old, so he's 4 years younger than Red Hurd. He's 5'11", so he's given up some height and size, 200 pounds. He's also given up some weight because Red is 230 pounds. But the problem I see in this fight right now is the amount of energy that was expended in the quarterfinal match by David Hood. Remember, he went 9 minutes and 34 seconds, and John, that's got to be a disadvantage for him, the fact that he went much longer in this fight than Red did.
Oh, definitely. All the shots that he must have had, he's hurting, I'm sure.
Of course, they've had some time to rest, but when you've expended that kind of energy, Joe, I've got to believe that's got to be something in the back of his mind of the fact that he knows that Red only went over a minute long.
And also just the pressure of moving into the next round. There's so much pressure here. Every time you move on one step, It's like another 50-pound plate on the weight bench.
All right, let's get this bout underway with the official ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone.
As we continue the semifinals of the World Vale Tudo Championship, one of these two fighters will advance to the finals against Fred the Mangler Floyd. First I have, out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks, he's a Greco-Roman wrestler and freestyle fighter. He is undefeated in freestyle competition. Once again from Ontario, California, Big Richard Red Herd. And his opponent vying for a spot in the finals of tonight's World Vale Tudo Championships. He is a practitioner, a black belt in the art of Jeet Kune Do. He has a freestyle fight challenge record of 72 wins against 1 defeat at 200 pounds from Boston, Massachusetts, David, the Boston Strangler Hood.
All right, both these fighters know that they are now one victory away from advancing to face Fred Floyd. You got to wonder what's on their mind as Richard goes right to it. His first fight lasted 1 minute 4 seconds in this World Vale Tudo Championship, looking to try to end this one almost as quickly as he's got David in a leg hold. David comes back trying to strike with his leg as well. He now has mounted Red Herd. He has Herd on his back, starting to wail away at his side. And Joe, it looks like right now that this is anyone's fight at this point.
That's right. If you look at Red's mouth, he's got some blood coming out of his mouth. So David connected with that strike. He's in Red's guard. We'll see what Red can do here now.
All right, Red working from underneath, and we've already seen earlier in the World Vale Tudo Championship that even in David's situation, that being on the bottom was an advantage.
Exactly. I guess you have more leverage being flat out on your back.
So Richard Herd trying to work something on David Hood. Hood trying to counter whatever Red's going to come back with. Red starting to wail away at his back, trying to look for an opening to where he can get a shot in with his fist, trying to soften up his opponent. And again, this is a point where it's a chess match. Each guy looking for the opportunity to sink something, to get in a submission, or to get a knockout, Joe.
Well, that's right. Right now, David's going to try to pass Red's guard. Red doesn't seem to have the guard closed. He seems to have it open. And David's throwing a few hard strikes in at Red. We'll see if Red can hang in there.
Red now taking some strikes. He has got some blood coming out of his face, so apparently David Hood has done some damage, although his first fight, keep in mind, did go 9 minutes 34 seconds, and he has already opened up a cut on Red's face.
That's right, and you can also see that the level already went up in the second round, because these guys are not wasting any energy. You know, they're waiting for the good opening, then boom.
Again, definitely quiet here in the Tokyo Bay HK Hall as these Japanese fans looking on and trying to see some of the strategies that are being developed inside the ring.
Right, David has to watch out right now because it's possible that Red could get him in an armbar. David has to keep his arms in tight.
Red looking for the advantage. He would like to advance to the World Vale Tudo Championship match to face Fred Floyd. Get that prized belt, and of course the $20,000 that goes along with it. Richard Herd trying to find some way to get an advantage. David Hood also trying to find his way around and try to get this match over with. And as both fighters trying to work their way, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds into it. So that's the longest in my knowledge of Red Herd that he's fought. So again, both of his matches that he's had have gone less than 2 minutes, and this one's now over 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. Both these fighters looking for the advantage. Now some striking. Red trying to find some kind of opening. David trying to find an opening. Red throwing some fist in there. David's trying to get him up against the rings. Now Red using the ring ropes. Both of these fighters trying to find some kind of advantage.
If David was smart right here, he'd try to drag Red back in. Red's trying to get himself out. I'd be dragging Red right back in. Red's going to use his liability. Good shots by David.
David with some strikes. Red holding on, trying to keep him close so that those strikes do not have much force behind them. Now the fighters are going outside the ring. That will mean they will bring them back in, and instead of Red being on the bottom, now both fighters will start their fight from a standing position. This bout is already 3.5 minutes long. Red quickly taking a towel to the face to wipe off some of the blood that is accumulated from the striking from David Hood. Hood taking his time getting back into the ring. He rolls under the mat, Now the referee checking the cut, seeing that it's okay. It's time for the fight to continue. David a little slow and trying to find his balance, taking his time. Referee saying put the mouthpiece in. Let's get back to fighting. Red now sizing him up. David sizing him up. Both fighters trying to go with the striking, the boxing type position, trying to find the best leverage. Now Red trying to take David to the mat. Now it is again. Richard is on top, trying to find some kind of submission hold, looking for the leg lock, trying to get a leg lock, which would be a submission hold. Am I right? Leg bar?
That's right. David's got to get up here now.
Both these guys,
he got him.
Out.
He got him with the leg lock.
David Hood very upset that Richard had found a way to submit them. And again, Richard used everything I said he would. Anything goes. If it means you're at a disadvantage, you slide outside, put it back up again. That's part of what this is all about. It may look like it's cheap, but that counts. That's not a fault. That's something you have to use in these types of fights.
Well, it's pretty funny, Ned, because when you look at Red Herd, he looks like he caught the worst of that fight, but David couldn't take the leg lock, but Red Herd took a beating in that one, so you have to give the little guy some credit. He took the fight to Goliath here.
Red Herd, who advances to the championship in 4 minutes, 26 seconds. Red Herd is the champion of this semifinal bout against David Hood. And again, that's what it's all about. As we go to our ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone.
The winner of the bout and advancing to the finals in the World Vale Tudo Championships, he will meet Fred the Mangler Floyd. Put your hands together for Richard Red Herd.
Richard certainly has his head cut open by David Hood. Certainly worked him over pretty well. David Hood may have been the loser in this fight, but certainly he dealt out some punishment, and I think that's punishment that Red's going to feel for a little while.
That's right, and I hope he's going to have access to some ice back there, because this might be a problem for the final with one ice shot.
This could be a problem, Red, because if those wounds are too deep, believe it or not, Big Fred Floyd might just walk away with a 30-second fight and take the whole thing home.
So Red Herd, as now I see doctors heading back towards the dressing room. They will address Red, try to find out exactly how hurt he is, how deep those cuts are. Final, his opponent, Michael Pachorik, in the semifinals could not go because of a broken hand that he suffered in his quarterfinal match. So Fred Floyd walks over, goes to the championship. He will face Red Herd, and this ought to be a great championship for the World Vale Tudo.
That's right. It's going to be one hell of a fight.
And before that comes the much anticipated return to the ring of the Brazilian champion, Marco Ruiz. And believe me, people all over the world have been waiting to see Marco back in the ring. And the guy he will face is the guy who won the Ultimate Fighting Championship 3, Steve Jenham. Out of that fight, he came as an alternate. He advanced to the championship and came away with a victory, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you, Jenham's a tough guy. He's a striker. He does Thai-Jitsu, which is a combination of Jiu-Jitsu and Thai boxing. But I'll tell you, Marco Ruiz has been in the business a long time, and I don't think anything's going to take it away from Marco tonight.
Steve Jenham, who hails from Omaha, Nebraska. By the way, he is a police officer in Omaha, Nebraska. As he weighs in at 200 pounds, he is 5'11". His wife, who is also a police officer in the Omaha area, is alongside ring to offer some support for her husband, and certainly does so. And no holds fighting. He is 2-1. His wife supports him wholeheartedly, but he has his hands full tonight because Marco Ruiz, the king of the streets, is known for the fact that he is perhaps one of the brutal guys inside the ring, but his Vale Tudo style is that of submission, getting the fight over and doing it whatever it takes. And certainly Marco has, coming into this bout tonight, has all the hype that he needs after 7 months off.
Oh yes, and I've seen this guy train in Brazil. He is so versatile. He can fight on the ground, he can strike. I think he is the best fighter in this type of event.
His father got him into martial arts when he was 12 years old. He looks for an opening and then works on your weak points. And again, he is fighting in Japan and is very happy to be back in the ring after this 7-month layoff. In fact, many people wondered what he's been doing, but he comes back in the ring after not fighting for 7 months. Looks bigger, looks tough, looks like he is bulked up a little bit. Some people tell me he's been working with weights a little bit. And it'll be interesting to see how he does against Steve Jenham as we get ready for this super championship fight as we go to our ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone.
It's time, everybody, for the World Vale Tudo Championship Super Fight. Our first competitor fighting to my right in the red corner. He was the winner of UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship number 3. He is 31 years old, weighing in at 200 pounds, from Omaha, Nebraska, Steve Jenham. And his opponent needs no introduction to fight fans around the world. He is the 6-time Brazilian Muay Thai champion, 2-time Brazilian Vale Tudo champion, the Brazilian State Heavyweight Boxing Champion, winner of UFC number 7. They call him the King of the Streets, from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Mako
Mako Ruiz gets into the ring after I said takes 7 months off to work on his style, to work on his strategy. He looks like he is bulked up, and again, Steve Jenham is no slouch. This guy is a police officer, as I said, in Omaha, Nebraska. Knows all about what it takes to survive on the streets, and this ought to be a great fight. Both fighters coming in, trying to size each other up. Marco trying to go right away, trying to get Steve into a hole that he can put him on the mat, and there will be no loss of energy here. Both fighters are going all out. What do you see so far, John?
Well, I see that Marco has put Jenham where he wanted, and I think it's a question of time now.
Joe, right now it looks like Marco trying to wail away with the fist, trying to soften up Steve. But again, Steve knows what it takes to survive on the street. He's a police officer. You sometimes get yourself in tough situations. A headbutt by Marco. What do you see after a 7-month layoff? Does he look like he's lost anything?
Well, Marco is a very diversified guy. And no, Steve doesn't look like he's lost anything. But Marco is very, very smart here. He's on side mount. He's putting some punishment in. I think he's going to try to soften Steve up and then try to mount him.
Steve certainly looks like he's in a very difficult situation. And Marco trying to bring the arm back, can't do it. Steve gets out of that. The referee very close, looking for any kind of submission movement, the tap out by either fighter. Marco right now on top. It certainly looks good after that 7-month layoff.
That's right. He looks very relaxed on top there.
Steve Jenham certainly has himself in quite a situation. He knows that he comes in the lesser experienced of the two. Marco known for his style, that Vale Tudo, that get in on the ground, get into the submission, work your fighter over, work on their weak points, and right now that's exactly what he's doing. As Steve Jenham has already opened up a cut to where he has started to bleed, and you can just wonder how much longer he can withstand the punishment Marco's doing with the fist, the elbow.
It's all over.
That one did not last very long. Marco comes back after a 7th-month layoff, and it takes him only 1 minute and 45 seconds to put away Steve Jenham, who has got his mouth open with blood. Steve Jenham is put away by Marco Ruiz, and of course there will be a very special belt presentation for the King of the Streets, who has come away the winner tonight in this super fight in the World Vale Tudo Championship. Marco trying to show off a little bit to the crowd. He knows that it's been a while since he got in the ring. It didn't last very long, but then sometimes it doesn't need to. For our official results, let's go to our ring announcer, Charlie Anzalone, who has the time of the fight, and of course, our winner, Marco Ruiz.
The time of the bout is 1 minute 45 seconds. The winner, the King of the Streets from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil,
Well, it looks like we're about ready to get started, so I guess Red Herd has decided that he will go on, and there will be a championship match here in the World Vale Tudo. So that'll be great to see. Any thought about these two guys and their styles, John, about the style of Fred Floyd versus the style of Red Herd, putting aside the fact that Fred has had very little time in the ring tonight?
Well, I think that as Fred told us in his interviews, he's going to use his weight, and he has done so very good, very well.
Fred, of course, the Budokan Kung Fu, and Joe, that's a very physical type fighting guy who will strike, try to keep his opponent up, but then again, if he can get his opponent on the mat, and he weighs in at 340 pounds, the advantage, I would think, goes automatically to Fred Floyd.
I think Fred Floyd is going to take it right to Red. I think he knows he's wounded, and he's going to go for the kill right away.
Fred Floyd, he's a big guy, 6'4", 340 pounds, and he comes through the smoke to enter the Tokyo Bay HK Hall here for the championship fight. The Mangler getting ready to decide whether or not he can be the ultimate champion here in the World Vale Tudo.
Well, he's taking his coat off. That means he's ready to fight, and it looks like Big Red's going to come out.
So, Red Herd is, again, the only guy left to get into the arena for our final fight of the night. Red Herd, out of California, giving up, holding an inch in height. He's 6'3", Fred 6'4". In size, though, what a big advantage for Fred Floyd, as he is giving up 110 pounds over Red Herd. Red Herd looks like he is none the worry. Looks like they have attended to the cuts that were inflicted by David Hood early on in this tournament, and that Red Herd knows that he's ready to go all out. He wants that $20,000 and, of course, the World Vale Tudo Championship belt. Red Herd coming around the ring and about to enter for this one last match. This one for all the marbles here in Tokyo, Japan. And what a week we've had here. The fans have just been fantastic here tonight in the Tokyo Bay HK Hall. Let's go to our ring announcer one more time, Charlie Anselmo.
Are you ready for the finals of the World Vale Tudo Championships? Our first finalist is in the blue corner. He represents Budokan Kung Fu. He is from the state of California. He weighs 340 pounds. He is Fred the Mangler Floyd. And his opponent, out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, weighing in tonight at 230 pounds. He is from Ontario, California. He is back. Richard Red Herd. And the referee for the final bout of the World Vale Tudo Championships from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Sergio Bertinelli.
All right, this ought to be one great final fight here. It's Red Herd against Fred Floyd, and this, believe me, will be a all-out bout. These two guys know that it takes physicalness to get this final bout over. They've been in the ring already earlier tonight. This will be one thing when they take it to each other, and Fred does right that. But look at Red. Red's already got on top of Fred Floyd. Red trying to get something done, but of course Fred has him, though, in some sort of headlock. Joe?
Well, right now, Fred has him in a headlock, but he can't do anything because Red's on the side. If Red mounts him, Red's on top. But this could be tough for Fred here.
Red trying to inflict some damage with a fist to the head, although the cut that he got earlier has already opened back up, and he's starting to bleed again.
That's right. And I guess from the opening, Fred really did the best thing he could do, which is to get Floyd on the ground.
So Red has him mounted, has Fred on the ground. Of course, when you're the the smaller of the two, giving up 110 pounds. That's the way you want to be. You don't want to be the heavy guy on top of you. You want to be the light guy on top of him.
Well, Red's doing some smart stuff here now. Red's trying to pull him back into the ring. He knows that he's got 2 liabilities to get out. And if I was Big Fred, I'd be getting right out of there.
Boy, they both start wailing away. It's elbows, it's fists. Both fighters trying to get this over with. And again, it is Fred, bloody. He's got blood coming from the cuts that he got inflicted earlier. Fred now has it on him. Both these guys have been checked.
They're going to check him out here. This could be the end.
Referee is called for the doctors who are alongside to check the cuts. There is blood on the face of Red Herr. There's blood on the chest of Fred Floyd. And doctors now taking a look at just how serious the cut is to Red Herr and whether or not he can continue on.
That's right. That's a good thing that the safety issue.
Of course, Red's trying to say, yeah, let me fight. The referee over there in the corner, the doctor taking a look at him. Red saying, yeah, let me fight, although it will be up to the referee and the doctor's decision. It looks like they're going to continue on. It looks like pretty much that they're going to let these two guys fight. Of course, Red saying, yeah, I want to go. It's just a little blood. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, well, you want Red to be careful here now. Big Fred got no blood on his out there. It's all Big Red, so see what happens. Actually, Fred lucked out because Red had him mounted.
Of course, that first part, Fred goes right for him. That first part went just over a minute and a half, and now Red and Fred both tangled back up pretty much in the same position they were before. It's Red on top trying to get some kind of submission-type hold on the bigger Fred Floyd.
This is very bad. Very bad.
Red has him in a chokehold. That's it. It's all over.
Big Red
Herr has won the World Vale Tudo Championship. The time, 1 minute, 47 seconds. He is $20,000 richer, and of course he will get the World Vale Tudo Championship belt. Fred Floyd had not had much time inside the ring tonight. Had to fight only one fight previous to this one, but once Red had him behind him, had the chokehold on him. All right, let's take one more look at that final bout here as Red Herr mounts his opponent, Fred Floyd, from behind, John, and then simply applied the chokehold. That was it. Fred had to give up.
That's right. Once you have your back to your opponent, there's no telling what's coming. In that case, it was a choke.
All right, ringside along with the World Vale Tudo champion is our own Howard Petzler. Howard?
Coming down with us, we hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget November, the World Vale Tudo Championships #2. Good night, everybody.
This 第2回ユニバーサルバーン級のファイティングを終了させていただきます。